Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is held in high regard for these humans, and I have a theory as to why this is. These humans are primitive and a bit stupid. They don't put their progeny into genetically modifying maturation chambers and then have them augmented with cybernetic implants like a proper civilized species. They allow for them to grow up naturally, and growing up is an underlying theme of the book. At the start of the book, when Alice is unable to get into the garden, she cries. In other words, she doesn't get her way and throws a temper tantrum. When she encounters the mouse, like a little child, she can't help but explain all of her interests to her new friend. She is completely inconsiderate that her new mouse friend would have a dislike for her cat Dinah. As the story moves on, however, she starts to tire of the chaos in Wonderland and wants there to be order. She gets angry at the Mad Hatter and March Hare for the nonsensical tea party. She gets frustrated with the croquet game played with hedgehogs and flamingos. She also begins to display maturity. When she meets the Duchess and the cook starts throwing pots and pans and whatnot, she's the only one that shows any concern for the welfare of the baby. Finally, it culminates during the trial. Alice's size changes constantly throughout the story, but it was always from an outside source. A magic potion, the pieces of the caterpillar's mushroom. Something was always needed to affect her change in size. At the trial, however, when she starts to challenge the nonsense of the court, she quite literally starts to grow up. Alice challenged the nonsense and began to think for herself. She grew up. People need to grow. It's a fundamental fact for these humans. If you don't grow, you become stagnant. And unlike those of us serving in the Imperial Council, stagnation means death. Death of creativity, death of thought, death of life itself. I'm not sure if Lewis Carroll meant to say any of this with his work, but the undertones are there. The underlying message of growing up, I think, is why this book has been loved for generations. Computer, save file, and end transmission.
Affirmative. Processing. Terminating transmission. Ending communication.